Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. We are going to get started with our read aloud for this morning, Monday, May 11th. So our big essential question that we have been focusing on for the last several weeks has been, what makes the world fascinating? So remember, if something is fascinating, that means it's really interesting and we want to learn more about it. So we have been learning about the 7 different continents and what makes them fascinating. So we are going to dive in to learn more about Asia today. We're actually going to look at the nonfiction, the informational text that we read previously. We're going to go back through it, and then we're going to define some things we haven't done before, and then we're going to focus on some of the animals. So that's going to be our focus for the next few lessons. All right, so here's our map of the world. We have our 7 continents. So today we're going to be talking about Asia, which is over here. You'll notice that this map doesn't label the continents, it labels the countries. So we see Russia really big up here, China over here. So we're going to be talking about Asia, which is this area over here. Our other continents, that's number 1, Asia. We have Europe, which is over here. We have Australia right here. We have Africa right here, South America, North America, and then we have Antarctica, which I think might have gotten a little bit cut off in this map. All right, so here is our book that we're reading today. You'll see the title is Asia, and I put an arrow pointing right to our title. And then I also put an arrow pointing right to the name of our author, so by Rebecca Hirsch. So you can find out a lot of information by looking right here on that front cover. Remember, this series of books, they've decided to use photographs or pictures instead of drawings or illustrations, just because it gives us a better idea about some of the different places in the different continents that we might not know about. All right, so here is our title page. Again, I put an arrow to our title and to our author. Title page has a lot of information. It has the name of the publisher, who printed the book, and where it was printed. So you can find out all that information if you look on your title page. All right, here is our table of contents. So a table of contents is a list of titles of the parts of a book or a document organized in the order in which the parts appear. What does that mean? It just means that the table of contents tells us what we're going to be learning about today. So you'll see all of the different headings here are labeled, and it tells us what page number we can find them on. So if we want to go right to the animals, we can look up Amazing Animals and see that it's on page 19. So the table of contents can be super helpful, especially if you're looking for something specific in a book and not trying to read the whole thing. All right, so here's page 4. Right here we can read our caption on this picture. This is the Great Wall of China in Asia. And on our next slide, we're going to learn a little bit more about the Great Wall of China because it is super fascinating, and I learned a lot just learning about it, getting ready to teach you about it. So this first heading says, Welcome to Asia. Asia is the largest continent. It has more than 40 countries. Wow. So here's a little bit more information about the Great Wall of China. So the Great Wall of China is an ancient wall in China. Ancient means really, really old. So it was built to protect the north of the Empire of China from attacks. So it was built originally to protect the people on either side. So it is made of cement, rocks, and powdered dirt. It is the longest structure ever built by humans. So long is a math word that we learned about. So remember, if something is long, it means that it is the length. If something is tall, then that means it goes up. So this is not the tallest structure in the world, right? You can look at it in that picture and you see it's not very tall, but it is very long. So it is actually the longest structure ever built by humans, and it is 13,171 miles long. And it is in China. So on this map right here, that country in red is China, which of course is a part of Asia. All right, looking at our next two pages, now here the yellow continent that is highlighted, that is Asia. So all the things in our book today we're learning about are from Asia. And on page 7 right here it says, oh, and also if you want to challenge yourself and pause the video and see if you can read the pages before I read the pages, I encourage you to do so. That is a great way to keep up your reading and your learning. If you just want to listen, you can go ahead and do that too. All right, so it says, the largest pieces of land on Earth are continents. There are 7. Asia is the yellow continent on this map. So you can see Asia is a really, really big continent. All right, our next one, it says our heading right here, people of Asia. So we know in these next couple pages, we're going to learn about the people that live in Asia, right? Because our heading tells us what we're going to learn about in the text. So if we look at the caption, which remember is right underneath the photograph, sometimes they might even put it right on top of the photograph, just depends on the kind of book you're reading. It says, people shop at a street market in Mumbai, India. So we can see them buying things there. So this says, most of the world's people live in Asia. Some live in busy cities. All right. Many people work in modern factories. Most of the world's computer parts are made in Asia. So there's a key detail. Most of the world's computer parts are made in Asia. So if you have a computer or a tablet or a phone even, probably at least some part of it was made in Asia. All right. Other people live in villages. They grow rice on farms. Most of the world's rice is from Asia. So I know we had a lot of questions last time we read this about rice. So I decided to do a little bit more research and see if I could find out some more about rice. And right here, this caption says, women cleaning rice. All right, so where does rice come from? How does it grow? So rice is a grain that is the main food of about half the world's population. So half of the world's people eat rice as their main food. So if you don't eat rice as your main food every day, then you are in that other half of the population. It belongs to the grass family. So that's why you see right here, this is a rice field and it kind of looks like grass growing. And that's why. Rice is a plant that needs a lot of water and a lot of heat. So it is well suited to the tropical climate, like in Thailand and in other Asian countries. So you'll notice that the reflection here is coming off of water. So rice fields need a lot of water and they need a lot of heat to produce that rice. So rice fields are actually called paddy fields, and they go through, and kind of like we learned earlier in the year about how wheat is made. Do you see right here next to the bowl? That's kind of what it looks like. So people go through and they pick the rice and harvest it when it is ready. All right, wild weather. So Asia has monsoons. These are strong winds. In summer, monsoons bring heavy rains. So right here underneath in the caption, it said monsoon rains in Indonesia. So Indonesia is another country in Asia. Some parts of Asia have cold, snowy winters, and it says a snowy day in Japan. All right, here we go, some amazing animals. So Asia has lots of rare animals. If something is rare, that means you don't find it a lot, you don't see it a lot. Giant pandas live in Asia. Their favorite food is bamboo. And that caption says, a giant panda eats bamboo. Bengal tigers live in Asia's forests. Tigers are good hunters and like to swim. So that caption says a Bengal tiger, really a beautiful, beautiful animal. All right, so tomorrow we are going to learn about more animals in Asia. So I want your opinion about what animal you would like to learn more about, and that is your task for today, there are 4 choices. So we just heard a couple of facts about the giant panda, and we just heard a couple of facts about the Bengal tiger. So giant panda and Bengal tiger are 2 of our choices. There are 2 more choices as well. One of the choices is called a slow loris, and this is a picture of the slow loris right here with those big old eyes. I would love to learn more about that one. Or we can also learn about the Asian elephant, and that's pictured right over here. So your job today is to write a sentence and submit it however you submit things to your teacher. It can be on Dojo, it can be through a text, however you want to submit it, but I want you to write it and say, I would like to learn about the, and then tell me if you would like to learn about the giant panda, the slow loris, the Asian elephant, or the Bengal tiger. And I will do some more research and we will learn about those animals tomorrow. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me today. Make sure you sign in on kinderlions.org, and I will see everybody back here to learn more about some animals in Asia tomorrow.